All right, so today let's dive into something I think we can all relate to.
Okay.
Finding a good family dentist.
Yeah.
It feels like one of those things that everyone kind of puts off,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you wait till you really need one.
Right.
And then you're like, oh no, now I got to scramble to find one.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about how to find a really great family dentist for you and your family.
How do you choose a family dentist? That's the big question.
It is a big question.
Right.
Because it's such an important part of overall health and wellness. And
It is, and it's a long-term relationship, ideally.
yes,
You want to find someone you trust, you're comfortable with,
exactly.
who's going to be there for you and your family for years to come.
So where do we even begin with this?
Well, I think the first step, and this might sound obvious, but it's often overlooked, is really understanding your family's needs.
Okay.
What are your specific needs?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Do you have young children who need a dentist who's really good with kids? Are you looking for someone who specializes in a certain area, like orthodontics or cosmetic dentistry?
Yeah. Are you anxious? Do you need someone with a really gentle touch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, so figure out your needs first.
Absolutely.
What's next? How do you choose a family dentist after that?
So once you have a good handle on what you're looking for, then you can start the research process.
Okay.
And there are a few different avenues you can explore.
All right.
One of the best is word of mouth.
Okay, so classic.
Yeah, ask your friends, your family, your neighbors, colleagues, coworkers, anyone you trust.
Yeah.
See who they recommend.
My friends are always a great source for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Personal recommendations are gold.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
you can also tap into the power of the internet.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Check out online reviews,
Oh,
websites like HealthGrades, ZocDoc.
Yep.
Those kinds of places.
those are the ones I always use.
Exactly. And they can be really helpful.
Yeah.
But it's important to be discerning. Don't just look at the star rating.
Oh, right.
Actually read the reviews.
Right.
Look for patterns and themes.
Gotcha. So, are people saying this dentist is really good with kids, or are they saying he's always running late?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they saying the staff is friendly and welcoming?
Right.
Or are they complaining about long wait times or feeling rushed?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So really take the time to read through those reviews and get a sense of the practice.
That's a good tip. I think a lot of people don't even read the reviews. They just look at the stars.
Yeah, I know it's tempting to just go by the stars,
Yeah.
but the reviews themselves can give you so much more information.
Okay, so we've asked friends, we've looked at online reviews.
Right.
What's next in how do you choose a family dentist?
So once you've narrowed down your list a little bit based on those recommendations and reviews, then it's time to dive into the credentials.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to make sure the dentist you choose is qualified and experienced.
Right, like they went to a real dental school.
Exactly.
Okay.
So check their education, their training, any certifications they have.
Gotcha.
And this is especially important if you're looking for someone who specializes in a certain area, like I mentioned before, orthodontics or cosmetic dentistry.
Right, okay, yeah.
You want to make sure they have the expertise to meet your specific needs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so for example, I know you mentioned Piedmont Dental in Rock Hill.
I did, yeah. They came highly recommended.
Yeah, they have a great reputation, and Dr. Earhart there, he's very experienced.
Okay, good to know.
He's been practicing for over 20 years, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And he offers a wide range of services, so he's definitely worth checking out.
That's pretty impressive, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So how do you choose a family dentist when it comes to, the actual procedures themselves?
Right. So you want to make sure the dentist you choose offers the services you need.
Okay.
Think about what's important to you and your family.
Yeah.
Do you need someone who does routine cleanings and fillings?
Yeah.
Do you need someone who can handle more complex procedures like root canals or extractions?
Yeah. And I did mention I wanted to look into some cosmetic stuff, too.
Right. So teeth whitening veneers, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So make sure the dentist you're considering offers those services.
And I really like the idea of a one-stop shop.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a place that can kind of handle all your family's dental needs in one place.
Convenience is key.
Yeah,
And it can save you a lot of time and hassle in the long run.
absolutely.
And like you said, Piedmont Dental, they're a great example of a practice that offers a wide range of services.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, they do everything from routine cleanings to wisdom teeth removal to cosmetic procedures.
Yeah, so they really do cover it all.
They do. It's pretty impressive.
Okay, so we've talked about understanding your needs, doing your research, checking credentials, and making sure they offer the services you want.
Mm-hmm.
What else? How do you choose a family dentist when it comes to the actual experience of going to the dentist?
That's a great question because the office visit itself is really important.
Okay.
It's your chance to get a feel for the practice and see if it's a good fit for you and your family.
Right, like are they nice people?
Exactly.
Okay.
Pay attention to the environment. Is the office clean and organized?
Yeah.
Is the staff friendly and welcoming?
Okay.
Do you feel comfortable there?
Got it. So trust your gut.
Exactly. Trust your gut.
Right.
If something feels off, it probably is.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And this is especially important for kids.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If they have a positive experience at the dentist, it can set them up for a lifetime of good oral health habits.
Absolutely. I know from personal experience that a bad experience at the dentist can really scar you for life.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some horror stories.
Me too.
So you want to make sure the dentist you choose creates a welcoming and comfortable environment for everyone in your family.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And, from what I've heard, Piedmont Dental, they have a really great reputation for being kid-friendly.
Oh, that's great.
They have a special play area for kids, and they really go the extra mile to make them feel at ease.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really nice touch.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but I think we have time for one more big question.
Okay, what's that?
How do you choose a family dentist when it comes to cost and insurance?
Yeah, yes, the financial side of things.
Right, because let's be real, dental care can be expensive.
They can be very expensive.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you find a dentist who's upfront about their fees,
Okay.
who clearly explains your insurance coverage and who's willing to work with you to make sure you can afford the care you need.
Right, because not everyone has like amazing dental insurance.
Exactly, and that's okay.
Yeah.
A good dentist will understand that, and they'll be willing to work with you to find a solution.
So how do you choose a family dentist who's like good about that kind of stuff?
Well, you can ask about the payment options.
Okay.
Do they offer payment plans?
Right.
Do they accept your insurance?
Yeah.
And are they willing to file claims on your behalf?
Okay. Yeah, that all makes sense.
You can also check online to see if the dentist participates in any dental discount programs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of those out there now.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they can save you a lot of money.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and from what I understand, Piedmont Dental, they're really good about working with patients on the financial side of things.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, they accept most major insurance plans, and they offer flexible payment options, so it's definitely worth talking to them about your financial situation.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're very understanding.
Okay, so that's a lot of really good information about how to choose a family dentist.
It is.
But I feel like there's got to be even more to it.
Oh, there definitely is.
So we'll continue this deep dive in part 2.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
I am too. I'm learning a lot.
Me too. It's a fascinating topic,
It is.
and it's so important for everyone's health and well-being.
I agree.
So we'll see you back here soon for more.
I'll see you then. Okay, so we left off talking about cost and insurance, which is obviously a big factor when you're choosing a dentist.
It is.
But I feel like there's another piece to this puzzle too.
There is.
And it's something that you can't really quantify.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the feeling you get when you walk into the dentist's office.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes, the vibe.
The vibe,
Yeah.
the atmosphere.
It's like, are they using, harsh fluorescent lighting, or do they have something a little more calming?
Right. Is the waiting room comfortable?
Yeah. Is the staff friendly and approachable?
Exactly.
Like, all of those little things can really make a difference.
They can. And, it's important to feel comfortable at the dentist's office.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not comfortable, you're more likely to put off going.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that can lead to bigger problems down the road.
So how do you choose a family dentist when it comes to that, gut feeling?
Well, I think it's important to trust your instincts.
Okay.
If you walk into a dentist's office and you just don't get a good feeling,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to walk away.
There are plenty of other dentists out there.
Okay, so trust your gut.
Exactly.
What else should we be looking for during that office visit?
Well, I think it's also a good opportunity to ask some questions.
Oh, yeah, like what?
You can ask about the dentist's experience,
Okay.
their approach to patient care,
Hmm.
their use of technology.
Right, because dentistry is so high-tech these days.
It is.
Like, I remember going to the dentist when I was a kid, and it was like a medieval torture chamber.
Oh, I know. Those drills were terrifying.
Yeah.
But now it's so different.
So how do you choose a family dentist who's, like, up on all the latest technology?
Well, you can ask about things like digital x-rays,
Okay.
laser dentistry.
Yeah, what's laser dentistry?
It's basically using lasers for a variety of dental procedures.
So, wow.
It's more precise,
Okay.
less invasive, and often less painful than traditional methods.
That sounds amazing.
It is. It's really cool.
Okay, so digital x-rays, laser dentistry, Anything else?
You can also ask about things like intraoral cameras.
What are those?
They're tiny cameras that the dentist can use to take pictures of the inside of your mouth,
Oh, wow.
so you can actually see what's going on in there.
That's pretty cool.
It's a great way to educate patients about their oral health.
Okay, so we're asking about technology. What else?
You can also ask about the dentist's communication style.
Oh, yeah. That's important.
You want to make sure you feel comfortable talking to your dentist and that they're willing to listen to your concerns.
Right, because no one wants to feel like they're just a number.
Exactly. You want to feel like a valued patient.
Okay, so communication style. Anything else we should be asking about during that office visit?
You can also ask about the dentist's approach to preventative care.
Okay, so like cleanings and stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
You want to make sure the dentist is focused on preventing problems before they start.
Right, because that's always better than having to deal with a major issue later on.
Exactly. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
That's so true.
And, from what I've heard, Piedmont Dental, they're really big on preventative care.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, they have a whole team of hygienists who are dedicated to helping patients maintain good oral health.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're really great.
Okay, so we've talked about trusting your gut, asking questions, looking at technology and the dentist's communication style and approach to preventative care. Anything else we should keep in mind when we're choosing a family dentist?
Well, I think it's also important to consider the dentist's personality and how well you connect with them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You're going to be spending a lot of time with this person.
Right.
So you want to make sure you like them and that you feel comfortable around them.
Yeah. It's like dating, but for your teeth.
Exactly.
So how do you choose a family dentist who's like a good personality match?
Well, I think it goes back to that gut feeling.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how the dentist interacts with you and with the staff.
Mhm.
Do they seem genuinely interested in you and your family?
Right.
Do they have a good sense of humor?
Yeah. Are they easy to talk to?
Exactly.
Okay, so trust your gut and look for a dentist who you feel like you could actually be friends with.
Exactly.
All right, well, I think we've covered just about everything.
I think so.
So now it's time to put all this knowledge into practice
Right.
and find the perfect family dentist for you and your loved ones.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with part 3 of this deep dive, where we'll wrap everything up and give you some final tips on how to make the best decision for your family's smiles.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different factors to consider when choosing a family dentist.
We have.
From understanding your needs, to doing your research, to checking credentials, to trusting your gut.
Right.
It's a lot to keep in mind.
It is. But I think it's important to remember that finding the right family dentist is an investment.
Okay.
It's an investment in your family's health and well-being.
So it's worth taking the time to do it right.
Exactly.
So how do you choose a family dentist?
Well, I think it all comes down to finding a practice that feels like a good fit for you and your family.
Okay. So it's not just about finding a dentist who's qualified and experienced.
Right. It's also about finding a dentist who you trust, who communicates well with you and your family, and who makes you feel comfortable.
And I guess that's different for everyone.
It is. What's important to one family might not be as important to another.
Right.
So it's really about finding a dentist who aligns with your values and priorities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we've talked a lot about Piedmont Dental in this deep dive.
Yeah.
And I think they're a great example of a practice that really prioritizes patient comfort and communication.
Yeah, they seem to really go above and beyond.
They do, and they offer a wide range of services so they can meet the needs of most families.
Plus, they've got Dr. Earhart, who's been practicing for over 20 years.
Right. He's very experienced and highly respected in the community.
So if you're in the Rock Hill area, Piedmont Dental might be worth checking out. Okay, so to wrap things up, what are some final tips on how do you choose a family dentist?
Well, I think the most important thing is to trust your instincts.
Okay.
If you get a bad feeling about a dentist or a practice, don't be afraid to move on.
Right. There are plenty of other fish in the sea.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Ask about the dentist's experience, their approach to patient care, their use of technology.
Okay, anything else?
And don't forget to consider the financial side of things.
Right. Make sure you understand the dentist's fees and payment options.
Exactly.
All right, well, I think that's about all the time we have for today.
Okay.
But I hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights into how do you choose a family dentist.
I hope so too.
Remember, choosing a family dentist is an important decision.
It is.
So take your time, do your research, and find a dentist who you and your family feel comfortable with.
And who makes you smile.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
All right, well, that's it for today's deep dive.
That was a good one.
Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
And thanks to all of you for listening.
Until next time.
Stay healthy and keep those pearly whites shining bright.